evening is brought to you by Anthony Pettis VIP and takes place over 3 rounds in the APFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from Wigan, England, and bringing into the cage a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. Presenting Jack Grundy! And standing across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Manchester, England, and bringing into the cage a record of 2 wins and 2 defeats. Give it up for Daniel, the Villain, Holt!
All right, well, the crowd are getting into this one as well. Jack Grundy, 4-1 there in the blue corner, in the blue trunks. Dan, the Villain, Holt, 2-2 in the red corner. Here we go, underway. Southpaw for the Villain, already using that long rear teep kick. Jack taking his time, already shoots on a single leg. Let's see if he can chase and finish. Great job getting a good base out there from Holt, staying wide, stopping him from lowering there to get to the hips.
Yeah, immediately you saw the contrast in styles. Holt was doing what he could to attack from the outside. Grundy immediately rushed in. Here he is up against the cage, trying to work for anything he possibly can in terms of a takedown. But yeah, we're seeing some great defense from Holt.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, hanging heavy on that overhook with the whizzer, trying to stop him level changing when he can, doing a good job fighting the wrists as well. And it's going to be tough for Grundy to finish a takedown from here. He's going to have to change his levels, change position. And there, Holt already broken from the cage. That's a good sign for him. Nice calf kick. Steps in with the jab there as well. Jack's following him close. Switching starters for Dan. It's another overhand into another shot for Jack. We know he wants this fight on a mat. Switches to the single leg, but foot on the outside. It's good defense from Dan.
Yeah, fantastic. And he's broken off again. Here we are. See what he can do with it now.
Needs to get some space, get some respect. Take the center of that octagon. Oh, head kick from Jack, so close to Dan right there. Knee up the middle. Great job right in the solar plexus. That's going to slow him down. But the outside reap there completes the takedown. And now Grundy, where he wants to be on top position. But look at the space Dan's creating already, and wrist control. This is good work.
Yeah, I love when you see that. As soon as someone gets something going, it seems like the other starts to take off with their own skill set. And that's what we're seeing Mike Grundy, just after taking a huge knee to the body, manages to get him on his back, and he's maybe working for a choke here.
Oh, thought about it. 2-on-1 is Holt right now, keeping his back to the cage. That right hook doesn't come around from Grundy. He's got one in, now going to try and sink the neck, but as long as he doesn't let go of that 2-on-1 control, he should be okay. But now he's stripped that base away. He's flat on his bum, is Dan, and it's going to be that much harder to get back to the feet. He needs to get that right knee on the mat.
Yeah, he's looking at either getting on the back here, possibly taking back control. Sometimes you see this as well, where people like to ride and go for the shots, position over submission type kind of situation.
Very much Habib Nurmagomedov style. He made that very popular and effective. And of course, these young lads are emulating it, especially a wrestler like Grundy. He's hanging heavy on Holt, making him carry all the weight. And again, taking advantage of it, but he's back to his feet now, at least for the moment. But another base strip right there as well. Really trying to use that body lock to lift. Oh, Dan putting his hand out, not completely landing flat on his back right there. It's a bit of a dangerous way to defend the takedown there, though, Jason. You can dislocate your arm.
Yeah, you can. We've seen that many times in this sport. It can happen. It can be very dangerous, but he's almost up. Separated.
Oh,
last couple seconds here.
The last 10 seconds. Great close first round between these two guys.
Great work from both men. Rivalry is alive and well inside these contrasting styles here. You got to give that edge, I would say, to Mike Grundy there. Had some really solid control, started to get some decent strikes up against the cage. Did a great job. But we saw some good work back from Holt. It's a very, very close fight. As we've seen for most of this card so far, really well matched up opponents.
Getting some good advice in the corner there from Colin Heron and his dad. It's Jack Grundy. Maybe about how to complete the level change. Talking about following the man around the cage. Here we go with some highlights, some replays right here. Let's see. Just a head kick perhaps. Following him nicely. There's the head kick, yeah.
That's
just
great.
peeled out of range of it with Dan Holt, so it didn't connect. That could have been devastating. Usually the villain is the one unloading those head kicks.
That's what you love to see, right? As someone's expecting a takedown, a head kick comes out of nowhere. The variety is fantastic to watch. And yeah, if you're Steve, or rather if you're Dan Holt, you want to keep the separation here in this fight. But,
here we go. Whoa, turning side kick. That landed really well, but straight on the single leg is Grundy, man. He is not letting that go relentless with these takedown attempts, and it's so hard to get away from a guy like this that can drive you all the way back to the cage. He just needs to get his hands on you. Strips the base out as well. Dan trying to fire a few shots, make it uncomfortable, score some points, but once again we see Grundy riding this backside position along the fence.
Yeah, we talked about the spinning attacks from Dan Holt, but Jack Grundy read that perfectly and immediately got a takedown. And here he is in somewhat of a wrestling riding position, but now we're starting to see the base being built back up for Holt, doing everything he can to get out of this position.
Yeah, proving not an easy guy to hold down. The villain tonight, Holt, doing a great job getting back to the feet, but with those 3-minute rounds, Jason, it's then hard to find your own moments to go on the offense. And look at that positional control, just does a 360, puts him right back where he had him. Holt's got his hands on the mat, lovely little shot in there, broke from the body lock, landed something good. And Dan's gonna have to think about that as well. If Grundy can find a way to deal damage in this position, then it's gonna be even better for him. But the strength on display and the positional control as he gets 2 hooks in now and stretches him out. Lovely little grapevine. And Dan Holt's now in a world of trouble. Going to go for the arm triangle.
He might have this.
Nice knee on belly, extending those hips. That looks tight. He's not completely given up position, perhaps in case he... now he has.
Rough.
Now he's stepped over. The hips aren't flat on the mat though, Jason.
Yeah.
He's still kind of maybe thinking about stepping over to full mount if this doesn't work out, but you know, maybe a guy like Jack is able to finish from here. He doesn't need to base all the way out with his hips.
Yeah, Holt isn't giving up here. He's doing everything he can to try to keep himself from tapping. But we can barely see his face here, and here he is, yeah. But it's a back take now.
Just cooked him there, did Grundy. Now on the back again with the double hooks in after going from this position to that arm triangle attempt. Now going to smash with the ground and pound. Really looking great here with the control of Jack Grundy. Dan is just covering up. The mouthpiece has come out.
Huge
shots are raining down. Oh, he's moving for the arm. No.
Oh,
going to ride right here. Oh, a lovely anaconda choke right there as well.
Doesn't have it. Yeah, he's out. Wow, what heart from Holt here to stay alive in this fight. That was so close to getting stopped.
Constantly moving, shifting their hips, just trying to get out of these uncomfortable positions that Grundy's put him in. And it's not just been the wrestling, it's been the ground and pound, the submissions as well. It's everything. He's throwing everything at you.
Yeah, this is a fantastic showcase for Grundy so far. Holt's heart is absolutely being worn on his sleeve in this fight. He's doing a great job to survive, but it is Jack Grundy all day long. This is what people have been talking about. This is why people are afraid of him on the circuit. And it's why it's hard for him to find matchups sometimes, because this is what you're in for. It's like peeling back an onion. You've got another layer. Oh, you survived a submission attempt. Now he's going to take your back. You survived that. Now he's going to take full mount. Oh, here comes the ground and pound. It's like layers and layers and layers of offense that are just chaining simultaneously. It's beautiful to watch.
It reminds me of Bryce Mitchell in a way, you know, just moving from position to position, attacking the submission, moving from a better position. 2 hooks in there, just stretched out there and flattened him out. This is when he went for this arm triangle right here. Great job, gets the hands together, steps over right there, keeps the knee on belly. He's going to keep his opponent pressed to the mat, but usually with the arm triangle you want to step off and then also flatten your hips to the mat as well. You'll see he's staying elevated, raised a bit off the ground, but of course there's different ways to finish this technique. This might be something he practices and has success with. It also gives him the option to be able to go through to the next position easily.
Yeah, that might even well be a 10-8 round for Jack Grundy, because that was just so relentless in terms of the submissions, the ground and pound, the control. It was just non-stop offense. Great work from Jack Grundy. And here we go into the 3rd and final frame. A knockout could happen. Anything can happen. And we already see Holt going for it.
Dan is throwing right now. Knows he's got to get a finish if he wants to win this fight. Knee to the body. The villain coming out in Dan Holt right now with venom. He was throwing that right hand. Let's see if Grundy still has the cardio to be able to complete some more of these difficult takedowns that he's been struggling through. because Dan's made it so hard for him, but he has got those takedowns almost every single time. Knee to the body there from Holt. Already 30 seconds down in this final round.
Yeah, you can absolutely see the fatigue on both men. Make no mistake, whether you're the aggressor or not, this is a grueling, grueling pace. Nice
Another
knees.
knee. Good wrist control as well. You know, Dan's trying to do what he can, but these are landing up the middle to the solar plexus. The same outside reap on that left leg that got him down. Tries to whizzer over the top. It will stop the takedown, but look at that. It gave him the opportunity to get that body lock. And now he's going to use that surely to complete that takedown. Belly to belly suplex from Grundy. And that hurts, Jason, let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely took him for a ride there. This is Grundy 101. This is what he's been doing all fight. That's probably the most emphatic takedown he's had. And it shows you the kind of momentum he's been building and just absolutely layering on as the rounds have gone on.
Dan just being careful here because he's under so much pressure. He's so tight to the body. And look at that, almost stepped over into full mount. That was really good job by Holt to recognize that knee was coming, push off on it and try and turn away, but he's still in side control right here with so much pressure, trying to rotate the hips and roll to his knees, but he's obviously going to give up a bad position. Just can't seem to find a way to get a foot on the inside, and even though he was defending it, the full mount is found there by Jack Grundy.
Yeah, he could work for a submission here. It looks like he's looking for control, something he's a master of, as we've seen in these first 2.5 rounds so far.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to take his time. He's got a minute. He knows he's winning the fight, trying to just set it up. You know, he was thinking about the arm strike, like you said. He's got the arm in position. He needs to get the head on the outside, but I don't think he's in anything of a rush right now. Confident he must be that he's won these rounds, but he probably wants to still look for a finish if it's there. And Dan just holding on in full mount right now as Jack postures up.
We might see some big
great shots. Oh, great job. He went back to half guard for a second, but side control now on the back for Grundy. Just so smooth. Flattens him out yet again. Got the arm trapped as well. The ground and pound surely going to come from Grundy here.
Big left hands there. You're almost seeing like the composure and the experience from his coaches, like his father, coming through him in this fight because he's just so calm, taking these positions, not losing his cool, landing big shots all throughout. He's looking firmly in control here.
There we go.
Amazing performance from Jack Grundy. Fantastic.
Great show of respect afterwards as well as the villain takes on another tough opponent. Jack Grundy, though, proving once again his wrestling is a problem for people. He can take things. He's not just got the technique, Jason. He's also very physically strong and has a whole range of submissions, knows all the positions and transitions so well.
Yeah, credit for Holt to survive some of those positions. You want to talk about the kind of squeeze that somebody like Jack Grundy has, and to not give up just from the pain threshold alone. It might not have been enough to take him out. And here we see some of the takedowns here. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. That was his most emphatic slam.
Great body-to-body suplex there from that body lock position that he got in that scramble. And then again in this full mount at the end of the round, just making it uncomfortable. Some short shots to the side of the head. Just controlled him, beat him up, attempted those submissions wherever they came in. But let's throw it back to Paul inside the cage for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to your judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this bout 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision, Jack Grundy!
All right, well, a lovely win there for Jack Grundy.